Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while, right? Hope the sound's okay. I'm in my garage actually, windows down. Haven't made a video in a while, and the reason for that's just because life. Trying to sell one house, we just moved into another house, and there's just been a lot of things going on. Anyways, my Tesla Model 3 has finally reached 90,000 miles. 90,166 miles to be exact as of right now. Just recently took, what was it, a 400 mile trip. So cheers. This I have here is Edmund Ost, Something Cold. It's a premium blonde ale. It's actually really good. I love Edmund Ost. They're out of Charleston, South Carolina. This is a blonde, but it's my wife likes blonde, and she didn't like this one too much. It's a very light beer. Which I'm really into the light beers lately, not so much the heavier ones. So cheers for one. As you can see, the light's not very good. I'm sitting in my car. And this is a more of a 90,000 mile review of the Tesla Model 3. It's a 2019. And I'm not going to go through all the details like I normally do. The nerdy stuff, the maintenance, the cost, all that stuff. I'm not going to go through that. If you want to see that, go to my 80,000 mile review on my page. And I'll try to put a button or a little thing up here if you have mobile. And check that video out, because nothing has changed really since then as far as a lot of the cost. Obviously we've got 10,000 more miles on the car, so there's more charging. Since we moved into the new house, we have been living with just 110 volt charging, which means we have used superchargers more than we typically would. I used to only supercharge on road trips, and now we do hit the supercharger every now and then, just because trying to charge 2 Teslas on a 110 when we're both working full time and traveling and stuff, it gets it's doable. It's just not you have to go to the supercharger every now and then, like maybe like once every 2 weeks. One of the cars has to go. Just depends on what you're doing. Anyways, let's get to the 90,000 mile review. There will still be some details in here. I want to talk about just some in general stuff, and then I'm going to do a big review at 100,000, obviously. But I got some new stuff here to talk about. So, again, this car has still to this day been the best car I've ever owned. I've talked about some of my other cars that I've owned in the past on the channel, whether it was in reviews or just any other things. I absolutely love this Tesla Model 3. I love the way it drives. I love the speed of it, which I do have acceleration boost, thanks to some of the viewers who actually use my referral code. I was able to use points and get the acceleration boost for free, so I really appreciate that. And one of the coolest things is that this car just keeps updating. You know, I've got here, and you can't see this, and I'm not going to show this just because, take my word for it here. I'm just telling you what kind of software I have. But currently I have the full self-driving computer 3, or hardware 3. That's what they call it. The camera suite is still hardware 3. I do not have full self-driving on this car. I do have acceleration boost, autopilot, and premium connectivity. I pay for the premium connectivity every month. It's I think it's $10.99. I can't remember exactly. Maybe it's $9.99. It's something like that. It's not too expensive. But what premium connectivity does is it provides, well, for one, satellite Google Maps, but real live data traffic, real live data weather now since just a few months ago. Streaming through music apps such as Apple Music, Spotify, and some others. Watching videos such as Netflix, YouTube, and some others, and playing games online against other people. You can do that. And it does some other things as well, but it gives you basically internet or LTE access to the cellular network. Used to be AT&T. I don't know if that's the case anymore. You know, they've changed in the company, but it started out as AT&T. And this car, because it is a 2019, has the garage thing already included in the car, which they, you know, now you have to pay extra for. So I could use it actually to connect to my MyQ garage opener that we now have in the new house here. And the software is version 12, 2025.8.4 to be exact. That's the number that is not an FSD, so you'll hear a lot of software numbers of people talking about what FSD software they have. That is not an FSD, that is just purely a software that is autopilot only. But some basic things about the 90,000 miles. The car still drives great. I've got a couple of issues that I think I'm going to be bringing up to service as I've gotten into the higher mileage. One of those is likely covered under warranty, the powertrain warranty, and one of them likely is not covered in the warranty. So we'll talk about that. And lifetime, just looking at this thing, I've with 90,000 miles, I've used roughly 25,000 kilowatt hours of energy. 25,000 kilowatt hours of energy. That's a lot. So let's oh, I don't have a calculator. All right. So 25,000 kilowatt hours, right? Let's just say we were charging that on my house. How much it would have cost. We're just gonna throw out some random numbers. We're talking just live here. Anyways, 25,000 kilowatt hours. Currently, it costs 12 cents per kilowatt hour of energy. That is a total of $3,000 in 6 years. So $3,000 over the 6 years. So let's just divide that by 6 years. It's $500 a year that I've spent charging, you know, roughly, right? We got some supercharging in there. That's usually like 36 hours, 36 cents per kilowatt hour. And so $500 divided by 12, $41 a month. That's like filling up your gas tank one time, basically, per month. And hell, gas might be more expensive. I haven't bought gas in like 6 years, so I don't know. Minus my lawnmower, which I haven't done that in like a year or 2 years, something like that. So I haven't even been to a gas station unless it was like to buy, you know, a Coke or I don't know, something from the actual inside of the gas station. Anyways, so that's pretty dang good. And this car is, like I said, doing great. I absolutely love how it drives. The issues that we have, so there's a squeaking sound. I did take the wheels off and try to diagnose it, and I couldn't find anything like brakes rubbing or anything like that. It sounds like brake at 90,000 miles, but these cars aren't supposed to have brake changes needed at 90,000 miles. It's like more like 130 to 150,000 mile thing. But it does sound like, you know, a brake wear indicator rubbing. But I've seen several times that could be the indication of a rock being caught in there. And the reason I say that is that I think it's that is because it seems to come and go. So when it was really freezing out, I had this issue. Now it seems to be happening more, which may also be an indicator of the brake wear. But anyways, I'm gonna take it apart and try to diagnose it again. Maybe have Tesla diagnose it. That costs like $250 if you have them diagnose something that isn't covered under warranty. And obviously, if they find something and they do the repair, then they waive that charge, I believe, because then it just goes towards the repair cost. But the other one is the left rear wheel, and it may be on the right rear, but I actually took the left rear and jacked it up and shimmied it and all that. And it's got a little bit of play in the axle. So I read that is a pretty common thing in these Model 3s, the early versions, and that's covered under the powertrain warranty, which is 8 years or 120,000 miles, which I'm clearly in both of those currently. So I am going to set up a service appointment for that, and obviously under warranty they waive that fee if it gets repaired under warranty, which I think it will. So get that done before I start running out of warranty, but I still have plenty. And Those are the only two issues. I mean, this car has been absolutely stunning. It is the most fun car to drive. The only real bad thing I have to say about this car is a little bit, it's mostly going to be the self-driving thing to it, right? I don't have FSD. Now, I've had FSD on this car several times. I've paid the monthly fee to use it a couple of times. I've gotten the free trials of it a few times, or a couple of times here and there, like for a month free. I don't give a shit about it. I'll be honest with you. I don't care about full self-driving on a car. I like driving it. But I did really like the autopilot when I got the car. And I'll explain. The autopilot in the early days, self-center drove on the interstate or on a small highway, whatever it was, and it would slow down and speed up, and it would go around turns. You could easily like eat your food or just take a glance at your phone, or easily get on this big screen that's up here, right? And zoom through the map and kind of just like, look, where am I going to be going next? And you could kind of look at it while the car was driving. Your eyes are still seeing here out the peripheral of your vision, so you're still watching, but you're able to like pay a little bit more attention and make sure you're staying in the lines, and it's very helpful. And I absolutely love that. I used to eat with my knee under the steering wheel, and you would steer with your knee, right? The car didn't need that. Well, in recent years, autopilot has gotten really strict about you paying attention, and whatever reasons that is, I don't give a damn. It made the car worse when it came to autopilot, which was a feature I liked. And now, if you try to do any of those things, it will beep at you and turn itself off and give you a strike. If you get 3 strikes, then you lose it for like a week and blah, 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 blah. And you gotta go like a week without getting in trouble in order to like remove a strike, like you're a kindergarten student. And it's because there was a bunch of freaking kids, not kids, but adults acting like kids, that were doing really stupid things with it, like getting in the back seat while it was driving them and causing accidents and just being stupid, right? But now it sucks for me, somebody who's paying attention still, just like also doing that at the same time, but I'm still kind of focused, and the car was very trustworthy for the most part. So that made that a lot worse, and now I just don't use it. You know what I do now? A lot less safe thing. I put it on cruise control that does like brake and gas and all that, adaptive cruise, whatever you want to call it. But there's no self-centering. So now I put it on cruise control, and I still do those same stupid ass things. And sometimes I get out of the line. Sometimes I go off the road. Sometimes I go over here into the left side. That's what's happened. Essentially, you took something that was fairly safe if it was used in a reasonable way, and now you're making me use it in a more unsafe way because I did the same shit before I had FSD or autopilot in a gasoline car. And so does almost everybody, even though they might not admit it, they do it. So it got less safe. And people may leave comments or say that that's because the government was getting involved with these accidents. No, that was because full self-driving, called full self-driving, was causing people to like completely not pay attention, play video games and shit, and get into accidents and kill people. And they were like, yo, dude, you can't let this stuff happen. But autopilot's not full self-driving. Nobody's like fully like not paying attention. And if they are, it was those idiots getting in the back seat and things like that. And you know, there's simpler ways to make sure people are paying attention. But because I glance at my screen and go through a menu with with autopilot on, it shouldn't kick me out of autopilot. That's ridiculous. I can't change the radio. I can't even literally. I've had it cut off because I have turned the volume up on the screen instead of on the steering wheel. I kid you not. I turned the temperature down on the screen. looked down, and I clicked on the temperature, and I tried to turn it from like auto to like the change something on there. Damn thing shut off, gave me a strike for autopilot. So I was looking at the screen 5 seconds tops. Probably more like 3 seconds. So I don't use it anymore. I rarely use it, as to say. I now use cruise control. I'm back to using cruise control in a freaking Tesla that used to do better 6 years ago than it does today. Or maybe it didn't drive better, but it allowed me to use it better. And the user experience has deteriorated significantly. That part's really annoying, as you can tell. I'm pretty annoyed by it, just talking about it, because I really like that. Now, I have really liked a lot of the apps that I've gotten. You know, Audible I listen to all the time. Apple Music I listen to all the time. Yeah, Sentry Mode. I can now view my cameras from my phone. I can view Sentry Mode video clips that are saved on an SSD drive in my car. I can view them on my phone. I can download them from my car to my phone because I have the premium connectivity. You do have to have premium connectivity, I believe, to stream that video footage over, obviously, because it's got to be connected to the LTE. And or maybe it's on Wi-Fi allows you to do that. So if you're at home, you could probably do that. Anyways, the car's been great. I've had 2 sets of tires. They last about 45,000 miles. Actually, maybe I guess we could get 40,000 miles for a set of tires. Yeah, it's been a wonderful, wonderful car, minus the reduction in customer friendliness of the autopilot. What else can I say about this car? It's already getting to be 18 minutes here. I've got paint protection film on the front. Expel premium paint protection film. I've had it since I bought the car. Went straight from the dealership to get that on the front, the entire front, including the front mirrors, or the front of the mirrors. Great purchase since I drive on the interstate a lot. This car is more liable to get rock chips in the thought I had one actually. Rock chips in the windshield driving on the interstate, just because it's so low and aerodynamic. Like I think rocks just like hit right into it. Anyways, you just slow down, helps a little bit, but you know, it's still like a super comfortable car. You know, one thing I have to say is, you know, you get those little creases in the seat of the driver's seat when cars get older mileage. They get little creases. This car does not have any of those. The seats still look freaking brand new. The seat design in these cars is top notch. The materials, top notch, man. I have noticed the wood grain in the front. It has started to like have a little bit of crack. Now I do keep like a sunshade most of the time in the windshield. It helps reduce energy drain, just because the cabin gets hot, and then it starts air conditioning itself, so it keeps the screen and stuff protected. And that wastes energy. So I put a screen protect or a solar screen on the windshield. That protects this wood grain a little bit, but that wood, it's a real plank of wood. Yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna finish this video real quick because my phone's about to die, and we're gonna post this video a little bit later, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was very, very impromptu, just drinking some beer, having some fun. I don't have a lot of time. I will keep making some videos. We've been test driving a lot of different EVs, and I do want to tell you guys about those EVs because I know a lot of people are out there looking for alternate EVs from Teslas right now. And so I would like to just kind of tell my experience test driving those cars, and we will see you guys on the next video whenever that is. So yeah, subscribe, that's really helpful, and like the video, also very helpful. We will be having a 100,000 mile review. I'll do a little bit more in-depth review for that one, and that won't be very long. It'll be this year. It'll probably be in the next 6 months, 6 to 8 months maybe. I drive about 15,000 miles a year. So yeah. Yep. All right. Well, we're just charging on 110, sitting in the garage drinking beer. Glad you guys are here. We'll see you guys on the next one. Later.